decorations of old London Bridge, Westminster Palace, the Tower, and of course Shakespeare's Globe. Still, after living here for years, he could hardly believe his good fortune. He wished his American wife could share his pleasure, but she said England was backward and could only see the bad side of living here. He stared at himself in the mirror as he combed his hair. He had the same jutting chin and blonde hair that his mother had passed on to him and his brother. The same good health, too, and that was a priceless legacy. He put on his red silk dressing gown. Through the bathroom door he heard a movement and a clink of glass, and knew it was his wife taking a drink of bottled water. She didn't sleep well. He'd grown used to her chronic insomnia. He was no longer surprised to wake in the night and find her drinking water, smoking a cigarette, or reading a chapter of one of her romantic novels. When he returned to the bedroom, she was still there, sitting cross-legged on the bed, her silk nightdress disarranged to expose her thighs, and its lacy shoulder trimming making a ruff behind her head. Her skin was pale. She avoided the sun. Her figure full, but not overweight, and her hair tousled. She felt him examining her, and she raised her eyes to glare at him. In the past, such a pose, that fierce look on her face and a cigarette in her mouth, had aroused him. Perhaps it was a shameless wanton that he had hoped to discover. If so, his hopes had soon been dashed. He stepped into the alcove that he used as a dressing room, and slid open the mirrored wardrobe door to select a suit from the 24 hanging there, each one in its tissue paper and plastic bag as it had arrived from the cleaners. "You have no feelings," she said. "Don't, Nicky," he said. Her name was Nicola. She didn't like being called Nicky, but it was too late now to tell him so. "I mean it," she said. "You send men out to die as if you were sending out junk mail. You are heartless. I never loved you. No one could." What nonsense she spoke. Brett Rensselaer's position at SIS was Deputy Controller of European Economics. Yet it was a shrewd guess. There were times when he had to give the final okay on dangerous jobs. And when those tough decisions were to be made, Brett did not shy from making them. "You left it a darn long time before telling me," he said reasonably, while hanging a lightweight wool and mohair suit near the light of the window and attaching the braces to the trousers. He screwed up the blue tissue wrapping and tossed it into the linen basket. Then he selected shirt and underclothes. He was worried. In this quarrelsome mood, Nicky might blurt out some melodramatic yarn of that kind to the first stranger she came across. She hadn't done such a thing before, but he'd never known her in this frame of mind before. "I've been thinking about it lately," she replied. "Thinking about it a lot." "And did this thought process of yours begin before or after last Wednesday's lunch?" She looked at him coolly and blew smoke before saying, "Joppy has nothing to do with it. Do you think I would discuss you with Joppy?" "You have before." The way she referred to that Bavarian four-flusher by that silly diminutive name made him mad. No matter that just about everyone else did the same. "That was different. That was years ago. You ran out on me." "Joppy is a jerk," said Brett, and was angry with himself for betraying his feelings. He looked at her and knew, not for the first time, murderous anger. He could have strangled her without a remnant of remorse. No matter. He would have the last laugh. "Joppy is a real live prince," she said provocatively. "Princes are 10 a penny in Bavaria. And you are jealous of him," she said, and didn't bother to conceal her pleasure at the idea of it. "For making a play for my wife." "Don't be ridiculous. Joppy has a wife already." "One a day, from what I hear." "You can be very childish sometimes, Brett." He didn't respond except to look at her with fierce resentment. He deplored the way that Americans like his wife revered these two-bit European aristocrats. They'd met Joppy at Ascot the previous June. Joppy